Do aliens exist? Okay, in today's study, we're going to answer this question. So, if you're joining for the first time, why not hit that like button, hit that share button. If you have not done it as yet, go onto our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button so you can catch all of our new studies and our previous studies, catch up on also our sermons. In today's study, we're going to be covering one of the prevalent topics right now, something that has been discussed, the existence of aliens. So if you didn't know, now you know. A couple weeks ago, one of the US specialists in the security system came forward as a whistleblower and said that he was purview to the information that the US government was hiding the existence of aliens. Now, this whistleblower, while he confessed and said that he was knowledgeable about the existence of aliens, even to the extent where he claimed that the US was in possession of an UFO, and in that UFO there was biological data that would suggest extraterrestrial life. This whistleblower says, however, that he was not purview firsthand to this information, but he was told by someone else, and he has not been able to bring forth any facts. So, do aliens exist? Millions of people over decades have claimed to see UFOs, been abducted by aliens, find alien remains, interact with aliens. The claims go on and on and on and on. All of them have been disproven. There are no clear factual evidence. Even when we look historically, there are claims that ancient civilizations would have had alien intervention like the Mayans to give them knowledge into futuristic tech. But what does the Bible say? And today we're going to be looking at that, trying to answer this question of the existence of aliens, right? Now, when we speak about the aliens, we want to first take a moment to set a definition for this study. Now, the word alien could refer to someone of a different culture, someone from a different geographical location. But for this study, when we speak about alien, we are speaking about a hypothetical or fictional being from another world, right? So we are speaking about extraterrestrial intelligent life form, right? Because a bacteria that is living in another planet could be considered alien, right? But when we speak about alien, for today's study, we're speaking about extraterrestrial life, intelligent life, right? So just as you and I intelligent, you are intelligent, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, so just as we are intelligent life form, when we speak about aliens in this study, we are speaking about existence of intelligent beings outside of planet Earth, right? So for this study now, we're going to look at the Christian view. And when it comes to the Christian worldview, there are three main Christian worldviews on aliens. And we're going to examine each one of them and then kind of come to a conclusion, right? So the three main Christian worldviews that exist is, number one, okay, no way, aliens don't exist, they're fabricated. The Bible disproves aliens. Number two is the theory that aliens do exist, but the existence of aliens are actually demons, right? So demons manifest and present themselves claiming to be aliens like E.T., right? Green figured men with big heads and big eyes and slim, slender bodies, right? And then the third thing is the view of the possibility. Well, maybe it's possible. We don't know for sure. Maybe it is possible. Maybe we may discover existence of other intelligent life form at some point in time, right? So these are the three main views. We're jumping to the first one, right? Aliens do not exist, right? Now, this view is uses creationism to say, well, okay, in the beginning, God created the heavens, he created the earth. It says that the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the water. And then through the 7 days of creation, God created all living things when it comes to the animals, and then he created man on the sixth day. But in the creation story, there is no evidence, there is no claim that God created any existing or living beings, intelligent beings, outside of planet Earth, right? So we were the only intelligent created being, mankind, that he made on the sixth day. He didn't create any other type of, well, I can't say mankind, but any other type of intelligent life, right? So this is where the do not exist crew would lie on, right? Okay, well, it's clear. Aliens don't exist. The Bible says God created the heavens and the earth, and okay, There's no evidence for aliens whatsoever. That's made up. That's a conspiracy theory. This whistleblower, well, he could still be a conspiracy theory because he hasn't been able to produce any evidence concerning what is going on right now in the American courts, right? But this theory of the do not exist is just dismissing it altogether. Okay, let's just dismiss. There's no evidence. We just dismiss the aspect of aliens. Now, the other group, when it comes to the Christian community on the topic of aliens, are those that believe that aliens are demons. Now, the belief here is that demonic spirits would manifest in the form of a figure like an alien, take on that form, and would speak to people. Because there have been many people that claim to have encounters with demons, and demons told them where they came from, which planet. Some were from the back of the moon, and even though life cannot exist on the back of the moon. Some were from Jupiter, even though life cannot exist on Jupiter. So there were claims that, okay, people had interactions with demons, and the explanation for this would be, okay, the demons are the ones that were presenting themselves as aliens, right? To deceive people and just to mess with their lives, right? Because, I mean, that's what the devil does, right? Comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And the support for this would be Revelation 12, verse 4, which says, his tail drew a third of the stars of heavens and threw them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth to devour her child as soon as it was born, right? So this speaks about the fall of Satan, and it speaks about 1/3 of the angels of heaven fell with Satan, right? So this belief now is that those angels that fell from heaven with Satan, which are demons, are the ones that are posing as aliens, right? Now, technically, if we're speaking about intelligent extraterrestrial life form, then technically, angels and demons, well, demons are just bad angels, right? Angels and demons are technically, by definition, aliens because they are extraterrestrial life form, intelligent life form, right? Now, the Bible does tell us that God did create angels, but angels do not exist in a physical form like we do. We were created in a physical form to live on the earth in a physical space. Angels, like God, are in that spirit form, in that space of not having that physical body. They are intangible, unseen, right? And they do appear to humans in a physical form at times, right? We see that in the Old Testament. We don't see demons appearing in the Bible in a physical form. What we see demons doing is demons possessing a person and using that person to speak through that person and conduct acts on earth through that person, right? Now, I'm going to do a in-depth study on angels, looking into what angels can and cannot do, what they were created to do, etc., different types of angels. We'll do some more on that topic of angels. But when it comes to by definition, we could say, well, okay, yeah, angels are by definition aliens, right? However, when we think about aliens, we're not really thinking about angels and demons, right? We're speaking about something that exists on another planet that God created, just like humankind, another intelligent life form that exists on that planet and function, right, outside of angels. But there is the possibility here where the explanation that is used that demons are the ones that appear to be aliens could be a viable explanation at times for the crazy things that people experience, right? Now, the book of Enoch, which is an extra biblical book, right? It's not found in the Bible. The book of Enoch claims that angels came down, and it makes reference to the days before Noah when angels came, and the Bible speaks about the sons of God had cohabited and made children with the daughters of men, and they produced something called Nephilims, giants, right? So the book of Enoch claims that these angels, when they came, they taught mankind the secrets of heaven. Now, this idea kind of pulls back into the aspect of, okay, ancient civilizations were a little bit advanced for their time because they were taught by aliens on things technologically advanced, right? Now, keeping in mind, if we do look back at alien civilizations, ancient civilizations, if they did have interactions with alien civilizations, when we look now at our current technology and the advancements that they would have had 2,000 plus years ago, it really wasn't that advanced. Yes, they taught them things when it comes to, them. Yes, they knew things when it came to agriculture, etc., architecture. That was pretty sophisticated for the time that they were living in. But again, we're speaking about human beings, intelligent life form, that were able to figure out how do we produce, how do we manufacture, etc., without the advanced technology that we have today. So to say that angels taught them the ways of heaven, then I think the angels would have done a terrible job if they were trying to teach them advanced things back then. Plus, the Book of Enoch is not a legitimate source of literature because firstly, the Book of Enoch, the authorship claimed to be Enoch, is not valid since the Book of Enoch was written in a time period where long after Enoch would have lived, right? So Enoch could not have written the Book of Enoch if it was written by someone else long after Enoch had lived, right? So the carbon dating on the Book of Enoch does not align to the claim that of authorship. And then the Book of Enoch does not align with biblical principles. It goes outside and it is not congruent to what the Bible teaches, what the authorships of the Bible tells us when it comes to the aspect of main theological concepts and doctrine. So the Book of Enoch is not a good source for us to quote from as, okay, this is solid evidence, it is true, this is what the Book of Enoch says, right? So when it comes to this aspect of, okay, yeah, the Book of Enoch tells us that angels taught the mankind the secrets of heaven, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't align with biblical principles, and it doesn't align to historical data as well, right? So coming back around now to this topic of, okay, could it be demons that present themselves as aliens? Maybe it could be. But when it comes to all the extent of UFO sightings, that definitely would not be aliens. Most UFO sightings have been chalked up to test aircrafts and different types of runs that the army would have been doing in terms of testing new products, new equipment, etc. Right? So we covered the first two. The group that is like, no, there's no way that aliens can exist, and then the group that is, okay, well, everything that people claim to be aliens is demonic, right? Now, I'm not saying at all that everything that people claim to be alien related is demonic, right? I'm not the type of person that thinks everything is demonic. I do think that there is a possibility, for sure, that a lot of the encounters that people have that mess them up, that they claim to be aliens, abductions, etc., can be demonic, right? But it's not that aliens are demons, as in there are aliens that exist and there are demons that pretend to go around like aliens all the time. It's just maybe demons messing with people, making them believe in aliens to mess with their psyche, etc. So the last one that we want to talk about a little bit more, and this is the one that I'm gonna probably settle on a little bit, is the realm of maybe it's possible. So maybe it's possible that aliens do exist. So not that there's no possibility, and not that demons are the ones that pretend to be aliens, but actually I'm gonna settle on this aspect of maybe there is a possibility that somewhere out there in one of the trillions of existing solar systems, that there is intelligent life form that exists. Now, the reason I'm going to settle here, and the reason that I think there's a possibility for the existence of extraterrestrial life form, and we're going to look to the Bible actually to kind of dwell in this aspect of maybe it's possible, is Colossians chapter 1 and verse 16 tells us, for by him, speaking about God, all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created through him and for him. Now, what we know for sure in the Bible is that the earth, the solar systems that we know, humankind, animals, plants, angels, demons were created by God. Now, the Bible is not exhaustive in telling us exactly all that was created by God. All right, I want you to understand that it's not very clear on every single creature that was created by God. Even when we speak about the animals in the Bible doesn't give us clarity on exactly all the animals that were created by God. It tells us that God created the animals. And then there's all this discussion about did dinosaurs exist or did dinosaurs not exist, because we have fossils showing the remains of dinosaurs, but in the Bible it doesn't actually clearly tell us that God created dinosaur. Job gives us some information that we use to kind of say that, okay, yeah, there were some larger type animals that existed, because Job describes some large animals that could possibly be dinosaurs in the book of Job. But again, in creationism, there isn't any clear indication, okay, God created dinosaurs. It doesn't tell us all the different species of animals that God created either. And we know that like the sea is so vast, there is a possibility of so many different species that would exist in the ocean that we really just aren't aware of, right? Because God didn't specifically say every single thing that he created. We could say a lot of the existing animals would have been eliminated during the Great Flood. But again, these are assumptions. So the fact is that there is a possibility, just as we don't know all the animals, even on the earth, right, that exist. We have discovered new species, and maybe we still might discover new species of animals, right? We don't know exactly all that was created by God. We know that in heaven there are angels. We were told, the Bible tells us about that, but there are different types of angels as well, and we don't know if we know all the different types of angels that exist. So what I'm saying is that God is a creator God. Part of his nature is creating. He created us. He created the earth. He created everything in it. And the extent of his creation is much greater than our human understanding. It's much greater than just simply the solar system that we live in. And now we're exploring the universe and we're discovering there's so many different solar systems that exist, and Milky Ways, etc., etc., etc. Milky Way chocolate, right? But actually, right now, there's 5,483 confirmed exoplanets. So exoplanets are planets that exist outside of our solar system, right? Now, we have, I think, 8 or 9. I'm not really versed on astronomy in terms of all the different planets in our solar system. But in totality, right now, as of the data that we have, there is approximately 5,483 different planets. Now, all these planets that have been discovered are lifeless, right? The only planet that has life that exists on it is Earth. But if the universe is so large, there is a possibility that far beyond our human exploits could ever reach us, there may be other intelligent life form that has been created by God. And maybe far beyond that, there are more intelligent life form that has been created by God, and we're not able to interact. Just as we aren't able to interact with angels. Angels are able to interact with us, but we aren't able to interact with angels because they exist in a space far beyond where we exist, right? And we can't go to and from that space. So maybe there is a possibility that, yeah, there are some aliens that exist. Right now, science says that the universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. Almost to suggest that God is continually creating more space in the universe. He's continually forming more planets and forming more systems. So maybe there is a possibility that here there can be other intelligent life form. As far as we know, the Bible does not tell us that. I'm just saying that I wouldn't say no, it can't be possible at all. And there are so many things that we will know at the end of our life when we are finally in that space where God reveals all things to us. We would know more, and maybe then we might know if there are other planets that exist. But the important question is here now, if it is that aliens do exist, right? So we're saying maybe it's possible. But here's really the important question. If aliens do exist, if God created intelligent life form somewhere else far away from our far away from our galaxy, if it is that is true, then how does that affect our faith as a Christian, right? How does that affect our belief? Now, firstly, it gives more proof to the existence of God, because for there to be intelligent life form, there must be an intelligent creator. So the earth and the universe and everything that we see points to a creator. Therefore, having another form of intelligent life form that exists somewhere else out in the universe points to a creator. So that does not affect our belief in a God, right? Now, what about the aspect of the redemption work of Jesus Christ? Well, that doesn't affect the redemption work of Jesus Christ either. The fact is that for us as mankind, now we don't know if the other created extraterrestrial life form, intelligent life form, was created in God's image and likeness like we were, right? Because they are animals and they are angels, and these other beings are not created in the image and likeness of God. We know that we are, and the Bible only says that we are. So when it comes to this aspect of salvation, we are the only one that could have fallen away from God and sinned, and therefore need the redemptive work of Jesus Christ. Now, to say that there were other created life form in the image and likeness of God that would have sinned and fallen away from God would be to mock God in a sense and say, well, God is foolish, because why would God create humankind and then regret creating humankind and then create another type of humankind that would do the same thing and fall into the same trap and then have to be redeemed by Jesus Christ again? That is not logical, and for me, that would be spitting in the face of the intelligence of God to say that that is a possibility. So maybe there is intelligent life form, but definitely not created in the image and likeness of God that would need the redemptive work of Jesus Christ. The fact is that whether there are intelligent life form that exists outside, somewhere outside in the world, in the universe, the fact is that it would not affect the redemptive work of Jesus Christ, because God still had to send his only begotten Son to redeem us, this intelligent life form that wasn't so intelligent because we wanted to know more by eating the tree of good and knowledge of evil and being fooled by the devil. Either way, the fact is that it wouldn't affect our faith as Christians. It would not affect your relationship with God, your experience with God. It would not affect the Word of God, which is the Bible, because we know for sure that the Word of God, while it is all that we need to know right now on this earth, it does not contain everything. John tells us if he was to write every encounter that Jesus would have had, there would not be enough page to encapsulate the fullness of the ministry of Christ while he was on earth for those 3.5 years. So, in conclusion, does it matter if aliens exist? No, it doesn't really matter. Is it possible? Maybe. Can it be demons that are tricking people and deceiving people into thinking aliens are real? Certainly. When it comes to actual physical data that proves that aliens exist, well, there is not any at this point in time, even though someone claimed last week that they were purview to government information exposing aliens that did exist, extraterrestrial life form. There is actually no proof that has been presented right now. Maybe as the weeks continue and more information is presented, I don't know, maybe we might get something actually factual that says, okay, maybe there is extraterrestrial life form. But if there is, it does not affect the work of Christ. It does not affect your salvation, and it does not affect the existence of God and your belief in God, right? So if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. This concludes our study today. We're going to be continuing by looking deeper into the existence of angels, because technically these are extraterrestrial life forms. There are different rules, there are different functions, what they can do, what they cannot do, right? Why were they created? So you're going to definitely want to subscribe so you can be part of that study. And if you did not do it as yet, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Stay blessed until we see you again. Take care, everyone.